Meanwhile, if I want to add some assets that I can actually interact with, then I'm going to need them to be static body if they're static, area if I just want to intersect them, or rigid body if I want to push them around. So if I wanted, say, this large grass block in my game, then I can't just drag it in like I did with those trees, because everything's going to go straight through them. They're just as decorative as the trees were. I can't jump on these platforms, I'm just going straight through them. The ball goes straight through them as well. We don't want these to be purely decorative. We want those ones to be static bodies, because we're not pushing platforms, we're just going to jump on top of them. So let's go to main, and I'll add a static body. I'll call this static body platform. And now I can drag my block grass large onto that platform object. And the easiest way to get a collision for this is exactly the same way we did with the coins. I can right click on block grass large, make the children editable so that I can find the mesh. And then I get my nice mesh button that lets me automatically create a collision shape. And I just take that collision shape and drag it onto my platform static body. And it gets rid of those warning signs. I know I've got the collision shape in the right place. I'm going to group the entire thing together, and now I can drag it around. And you can see there it's got the blue static body in the exact same spot as my mesh. So for something like a platform, I probably want to create a whole bunch of copies of platforms. So I'm going to turn this platform into a scene. Right click on it, save as scene, platform scene, and now that I've got a scene that I can drag copies just straight into my game, because that scene comes with a collision mesh, and it comes with that outer bit of being a static body. I'm just going to drag these anywhere I like in the game. My player can jump quite far, so they can be reasonable distance apart from each other, I believe. And with static bodies, because they don't respond to gravity or anything, I can even drag them right off the edge of my world map and start jumping out in space. I'll just have to do a slightly better job of jumping. When I drag these, I am trying not to make them go up and down, so I'm making good use of that little green square. That means I can drag them every direction except for Y. Let's see if I can make a bit of a path out into space and jump along these platforms. So now I can collide with the platform because it's got a static body with a collision. I can jump on the next platform, and let's see how far I can make it out into space. Cool, and you can imagine you can make an entire obby out of this, and you fall when you die. And we come back to the start. I could even put some coins onto those platforms now. Just grab some coins. I've got a coin scene as well, so I could grab them straight from here, stick them on top of my platforms. Coin scene. Coin scene. If you were wanting to make this really nice, you could probably even direct the player where to jump by adding a few coin scenes into the air. You can see that they default to sitting on whatever I've dragged them to, so the coins I might need to drag upwards in the Y direction, make a bit of a path of jumping coins. It's a bit fiddly, but could be a really cool game hiding in there somewhere. Drag a bunch of coins. When you are doing fiddly work like this in 3D, it is worth just checking it from a bunch of different angles, because you see here, it looks like my coins are going to form this really nice arc. This one's obviously a bit too small. But as soon as I turn the camera around, you'll see the reality of things is they're not actually lining up all that nicely. Of course, my coins are spinning, so it doesn't really matter if they're not lining up perfectly, but I still want them to look okay. Get a nice kind of jumping arc of coins in my game from platform to platform. This is just an example at this stage. You definitely don't need to be copying this too precisely. what we want to be seeing is that you've found some cool assets and making a cool game using those assets. So here's the start of my game. I can add to my score. Oh, that was satisfying, getting all that arc of coins in my game. And now I've got to die and start again. So there's my game. It's finally starting to look like a game, and it's really all thanks to the assets I'm able to find and add into the game, which now there are all sorts of options for you to do.